Moving Story is presented by Singapore Logistics Association and Jurong Port, and supported by the following.
Singapore is the world's #2 logistics hub, according to a 2010 World Bank report. From the largest transshipment hub to Asia's top 5 cargo airport, Singapore offers excellent global connectivity. Besides that, the city-state also provides secure storage of art and other valuables and is a player in cold chain logistics. In this 4-part series, we pay tribute to those who work behind the scenes and around the clock to ensure on-time delivery of goods and services around the world. He stores frozen food at the right temperature so harmful bacteria can't grow on them.
The cold chain logistician will play a major part to bring the food not only to the table but is safe to consume.
She plans 6 months ahead so that 3,000 Valentine's Day bouquets can be delivered on schedule.
It means in a very short time you have to have a lot of people working together for very long hours in order to get something like that done.
Logistics is all about details, and that includes knowing the exact measurements of a sheep.
We create the ramp based on that, the crate size and the animal size.
Who keeps 250 stores well stocked with groceries every day? She does.
The mission that we have is to ensure that the right product at the right quantity actually reach the store every day at the right timing.
And this young man has set his sights on a career in logistics.
I have a degree in business admin and I choose to major in logistic operations. I see the potential of this industry in Singapore.
Watch these heroes in consumer logistics race against time and battle unexpected problems so that we shop, dine and celebrate occasions with ease. It's 7 in the morning. This truck's bringing 60,000 stalks of roses from Kunming, China. They have traveled about 2,600 kilometers by air to get here and will be used in Valentine's Day bouquets. It is a tense moment as Pei San scrutinizes these flowers.
We are QCing the roses right now. They've taken about 2 days to reach us from cutting to arriving here. Anything can happen. It's possible sometimes when you open a carton and maybe half the box of roses are moldy.
The flowers will be rejected if they are not up to standard. Fortunately, the entire batch gets a nod of approval. With this go-ahead, the team at FarEastFlora.com springs into action. Each stalk is conditioned and prepared so they can last longer. With customers calling and orders pouring in, about 3,000 Valentine's Day bouquets must be made and sent out on February 14. It is the busiest period of the year for the online florist, and the logistics team started planning for it way ahead of time.
For example, as early as 6 months before Valentine's Day, we would start the design process, and the product designs that we come up with, we think about the logistics that come with it. So there must be designs that are easy to make, flowers that we can find during Valentine's Day so that we can procure them easily and can be stored in the packaging that we have designed for Valentine's Day.
5 days before Valentine's Day, 40 racks are installed to hold a large number of completed floral arrangements. With 4 days to go, temporary assistants are taught to help assemble bouquets. The countdown to Valentine's Day begins. Florists are kept busy for more than 12 hours at a stretch.
These flowers die within a week. So in order to deliver 3,000 doesn't mean we have 2 months to start production, and then you store them in the warehouse and you slowly get them out. It doesn't happen. So that presents the greatest challenge. It means in a very short time you have to have a lot of people working together for very long hours in order to get something like that done.
Everything is going as the logistics team has planned. The pace picks up as the clock ticks away.
Everything is under control. It's 12 midnight now on Valentine's Day. We have 3,000 bouquets going out on the 14th of February morning, and the first van rolls in at 6 a.m. We're just putting in our very last bit of effort to get everything ready.
It's all hands on deck as every bouquet is checked, grouped according to locations, and finally loaded onto delivery vans that will bring these expressions of love to all corners of Singapore. Each bouquet that is out for delivery can be monitored from the office using a customized software system.
The track and trace is a very essential part of the logistic process, and we put this right up at the front end of the customer relationship management system. Say, for example, the recipient falls sick on Valentine's Day and is not in the office, and you need to change the address so that the recipient gets to receive the love from her boyfriend, especially when she's sick. So with the CRM system, you can easily trace this. Which order this is.
A few hours after the delivery vans rolled out, Pei San and her team has a situation on their hands.
Please start the delivery going to 6 Tampines.
I just brought 2 boxes in that we were not able to deliver successfully. This one is a case where we were asked to stop the delivery. The recipient is not at the address that was earlier given, and so we had to contact the driver to stop this, bring it back, and then go to a new address. So this is one. And then this one is not in. We were there and we could not get into this office unit. No one was in, and we called the number. No one picked up, and we had to bring it back. We take it in our stride, just plan, and we deal with it and get the flowers out to the recipient again.
This is the 11th year Pei San is involved in Valentine's Day operations. Despite the long hours, it is a project she enjoys.
Knowing that a lot of girls out there will be happy on Valentine's Day, that's one thing. And one of the other very key things is working with as many as 200 people during a very difficult time and have everybody pull through a very difficult thing. That camaraderie is, and that kind of, it gives you a high. Yeah, it's fun that way.
Each logistics project has its own set of challenges. When it comes to moving animals from Australia to Singapore for a Hari Raya Haji ritual, things get a little more complicated.
After 7 hours of flights today, the animals are very stressed. So we got to get the animals out from the crate. It's not so easy. In fact, some of the guys got to go into the crate and start chasing out the animals from there.
But Francis Chu has it all under control. He was involved in this project since day one. He prepared tender documents, visited Australia to buy the animals, and made all arrangements for their delivery to mosques. Today is the culmination of his 6-month-long project. He spared no effort to ensure everything progresses smoothly, and this includes finding out the animals' measurements.
More or less, we know the animal's size today. So from there, we create the ramp based on that crate size and the animal size. So from there, direct loading to the lorry, so that animal will not make a U-turn back to the crate.
With all 6,000 animals herded onto lorries, the vehicles set off to deliver them to 52 mosques around Singapore. And with this, Francis and his team added another successful logistics project to their track record.
For over 45 years, Jurong Port has been making good moves in general cargo, bulk cargo, and containerized cargo. We are recognized as Asia Pacific's multi-purpose port of the year. Thinking of good moves? Jurong Port.
Fresh obstacles for the Japanese Prime Minister when MPs from his own party boycott the vote for his government's budget plan. Why did this happen and what lies ahead for the Prime Minister? The full story on East Asia Tonight.
As Singapore gears up for the next general election, how will the political parties work out their battle plans and campaign strategies?
We are going to match the profile of the candidates towards the people, the voters.
For the first time ever, we bring representatives from 4 of Singapore's political parties on set to discuss the electoral boundary changes and upcoming polls. Catch a special encore of Talking Point tonight at these times on Channel News Asia. Talking Point is brought to you by DBS, Living Breathing Asia, and Subaru.
Amidst the flurry of motorcycles and relics, Ho Chi Minh City has more than just haphazard traffic and historical nuances to offer. For one, its property market is booming, and capitalism is driving its economy forward.
So they're forecasting 20 million people here in the next 15, 20 years, right? And you think Ho Chi Minh is going to be ready for that?
Find out how you can benefit from the city's fast-paced transformation in Buying Asia, Wednesday at these times.
Singaporeans love to eat. About 90% of what is consumed is imported as the country has limited agricultural produce. The important task of bringing in, storing and delivering food falls on the shoulders of skilled logisticians. Dennis and his brothers started Warehouse Logistics Net Asia, or WLNA, in 1999. He grew up in this industry as his father also owns a logistics company.
As time passed, I understand logistics a lot more than I did before, because I think the logistics business or industry has changed to become a more sophisticated industry than in the past.
For Dennis, this is more than just a business. He finds deeper meaning in his job.
The key satisfaction for me is to be part of the logistics behind the food industry, that we are able to put food on the table that is safe to consume for the people of Singapore.
He provides facilities with temperatures ranging from -25 to 18 degrees Celsius. These are used to store frozen food for restaurants such as Carl's Jr. Such products call for special treatment. They must be stored at a minimum of -18 degrees Celsius to prevent harmful bacteria from growing. Singapore's hot weather is the cold chain logistician's worst enemy. To keep frozen food cold, refrigerated trucks are used to make deliveries. This new vehicle costs 250,000 Sing dollars and comes with some cool features.
This is a sub-engine that we have installed together with this new truck. What it does is that we can set this temperature from -30 to 0. Why we choose this system is because this sub-engine runs on 2 systems. One is the diesel and the other is a plug-on. So in a way, when the engine is off, this unit itself can operate independently. What I'm going to do right now is to switch off the engine. As you can see from the display that